Well, today I'm headed off to the Narrows to hike in that wonderful canyon, and it's supposed to be nice and sunny today, so hopefully I'll be able to get that beautiful glow which has eluded me for so many years. I'm really excited to maybe get a couple of pictures today with those nice glowing walls on some large format film. I'm supposed to be joined today by Swisher, who's also a large format YouTuber. So it'll be fun to hike and photograph with Nick a little bit. I've never photographed with him, although I met him for the first time on this trip. So I look forward to meeting up with him later on here in the Narrows. I think it's way too early for fall color anywhere in the Narrows. It's completely green here on the Riverwalk leading into the Narrows, and from my observation of the main canyon yesterday, there's just no fall color really started yet. But the pictures I have in mind for the Narrows are really just rocks and river and reflections, not foliage at all. So that should work to my advantage, even though obviously it's a lot prettier if you can have some nice fall color along with the beautiful canyon reflections and glow in the Narrows. Well, here's a pretty famous spot in the Narrows that a lot of people photograph, including me years ago. It's a really special little corner of this amazing canyon. Well, I was wrong about the color. Yeah, there's been some nice color here so far. Still mostly green, but every so often there's a really pretty yellow tree. Well, I'm all set up here, and I have my shot composed and placement, and just waiting now for the glow to happen. I probably have about an hour to wait, but I'm glad that I've got my spot staked out. Of course, it won't matter. There'll probably be 100 people walking through my picture when I want to expose it. But anyway, we'll see. So it's just nice hanging out here, and now the physical work is done of getting here, and now it's just, when the few minutes of that glow happens, having to get the exposure right and move the film through the camera. And so anyway, that'll be a fun, exciting challenge for those few minutes, but I'm looking forward to it. The sky still looks blue up there, so hopefully we're going to have a nice glow. I kept waiting for the glow, and it definitely didn't happen like I expected. I think it was more subtle, and I kind of missed it. I ended up not exposing film from my first spot because the sun started encroaching into the image area. So I quickly moved the camera to the right a bit to cover up that streak of sunlight, And then I was able to see the glow and captured a few frames of Ektar. There's still a sliver of sun that crept in, which could be an easy clone to remove. This image isn't exactly what I hoped for, but it's still pretty nice. Then it was time to move to the second location, just downstream at the Imlay boulder, which some people call the floating rock. There are many possible camera positions here, but I like this one because the line of rocks and the water direct the eye to the glowing patch of river, and that leads to the intensely glowing wall. The lighting here was beautiful. I'm showing you a piece of Provia since it's a positive and easier to understand, but I ended up scanning and using the Ektar. Well, this was the last image of the day, and it was time to head back down canyon. As it turns out, there was over a 30-minute waiting line to board the shuttle bus at the Temple of Sinawava. On the way back down canyon, I encountered people flying a drone, something expressly forbidden in all U.S. national parks. After that close call, it looks like this couple gave them a talking to, but it didn't stop these ladies from continuing to fly their drone. Well, I just got back to the car after having spent the whole day just about in the Narrows photographing. There are just so many people that literally, for the two pictures that we were trying to capture, you couldn't get a 15-second or 30-second period of time where there was no one walking through your picture so that you could, make your exposure for those 15 seconds or 30 seconds or whatever the length of time was. So we were just hoping that because we were doing long exposures, like 30 seconds or a minute or 2 minutes, that if the people would keep moving, in theory, it's supposed to work, that as long as people aren't standing still, when you're doing a long exposure like that, they'll just pass through and you won't even see them. I have no idea whether that's going to work out in this case or not. So I have no clue whether I'll have anything usable from today. As always, it's really nice to be in the Narrows, but honestly, with so many people, it's a challenge. And frankly, there's graffiti now on the walls that had never been there before. I mean, people are taking rocks and scratching their name or words or dates or whatever on the walls. I don't know, just overall, the experience here is just not what it was. It's still obviously a beautiful place and it's so nice to be here, but there are a lot of challenges and things that are just not, just sort of degrade, the experience from what it used to be. So, but it was, as always, a nice day, in the Narrows, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.